On Sunday, Arsenal went to Old Toilet and took a massive dump and left skid marks in that stadium. Arsenal won, Manchester United nil. 27 wins this season. It's amazing. 18 clean sheets from 37 games. Defense wins titles and we're doing all we can. We've done the double against Man Divided. Sorry, Manchester United. For the first time since 06-07. We didn't win the Premier League then, so it's not a good omen, people. But it's lovely, if nothing more, to keep bantering our Manchester United supporting friends and family. I don't know what Anthony thought he was doing. He's behaving like a cartoon character. Can't you see your crap, mate? 27 wins. It sounds so good. I gotta say it twice, people. People, fail to understand. We're low block FC. We can stink up the place. We're not here to entertain the footballing world. We've been entertaining the footballing world and it got us nowhere. Everything was at stake. We needed to win more than United and we've done that. Doesn't matter how you do it. Thank you to Onana, Casemiro and Wan-Bissaka though for gifting us that goal. Now, obviously, people, I think when you look at that goal, initially a move broke down from Arsenal. Casemiro's giving it back to Onana and then offered an angle. And that's where the issues were, really. We knew Manchester United could present us with a mistake and they went long. Saliba recovered it. Benjamin White's in possession on this right-hand side, which, considering the first 3 minutes, it was always going to come from that side. Kai Havertz is onside because of Casemiro. Equally, Wan-Bissaka is not paying attention to the diminutive Belgium, which is Leandro Trossard. And thank you for that. He's got 12 league goals this season. When you look at Manchester United's way of playing against us, emotion aside, people, I actually think the setup, considering the injuries and whatnot, was decent. Their system was a bit fluid. Obviously, Højlund was the striker. Diallo and Garnacho were obviously the wingers. Amrabat, Maino and McTominay would make up the difference in space and try to limit us playing out from the back. And probably just before we scored, that was probably their best moment or passage of play from Manchester United, really. And we did have trouble kind of building out from the back. You would have seen, which has been a theme of Arsenal, going long consistently. I won't quite say we struggled to get out of it because we know we can play a low block. Again, Manchester United do not move the ball fast. If you want to disrupt the team shape, you need to move the ball fast. So yes, they can have the ball on the edge of our area and flirt with potentially scoring and make us scared. But in reality, they're not doing anything or don't have the quality or the speed to really cause issues. And the long ball from Raya into Havertz is cash money. It has been this season. And when we was trying to contest the first and second balls, which on another day we could actually do a lot better in that regards, people. I'm happy. Mikel Arteta in his press conference said he can see us winning the league. He can visualize it. He sees it in his dreams. Now, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. We need Manchester City to drop points, people. I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm cheering on Spurs, but if City were to drop points against Spurs going into the last day of the season, it's all fun and games potentially, people. And when you look at our running this season versus last season, there has been an improvement from us. This is what I wanted to see. We can play you off the park or stink out the place. For years, we've been a joke and things are changing. How many times as Arsenal as a football club, we've played great football and not won games? Wow. That's what I feel also when I think about William Saliba. What a player William Saliba is. It's scary that he's only 22, in my opinion. Again, his coolness, his calmness, his collectiveness, he'll tackle as the last sort of resort, which is a great thing for a young defender. And all the metrics show he was on top. He deserves to be man of the match, people. He not only got man of the match at Old Trafford, but also against Manchester City at the Etihad and also at Anfield. So we have a Spartan, people. What a player Saliba is. Deserves his plaudits. Shout out to Trossard and Kai Havertz as well, in my opinion. Now, for me, in conclusion, first things first, we're at the business end of the season. 3 points is all that matters. Dissect the performance after. We scored the goal that we needed to do, and we, got the 3 points. And what I like, kind of what I've said in that video, people, is for years, people have said Arsenal can play pretty football, but when it's nitty gritty, when it's time to get results, we don't get results. We get results, people say we're not entertaining. So the goalposts will always move and shift. Unfortunately, we're playing a beast of a side in Manchester City, and we're hoping the footballing gods bless us with them slipping up. We've got one game left. It's a showdown. It's a cup final. Hopefully, we obviously win the Premier League at the Emirates. For me, I like it, the fact of in years previously, we had to be amazing to win football matches. Like we had to be 20 out of 10. Now we can do it with 6s out of 10s. We didn't have to exert too much pressure. With the greatest of respect to Manchester United, because, with the injuries they had and stuff like that, was probably one of their better recent performances. I thought the first 3 minutes would breed a goal for us. their best kind of period in the game. But ultimately, you play with fire, you get burnt. Just like when we played Spurs, you give us opportunities, we score the goals, we defend well. We just did our homework and did the basics. And sometimes that's the nitty gritty. As great as Manchester City are, how many games would you say across a Premier League season are they amazing? You know, it's a 38 game period, and you're at the point where energy levels are low, injuries and fatigue and all of these things are playing a factor. We're not here to entertain, we're here to get 3 points. So I'm happy to see that. I can't go as far as to say we've ended our Manchester United Old Trafford hoodoo, because it's one win in a gazillion years. I think that's one win in the last 18 now, 2 wins in the last 18 now. Previously it was 1 win in the last 17. But it's nice, you know, it's nice to have the great record we have against the top 6, where it's such is life. How do you look at it? Because Manchester City ain't got too many wins against the top 6 this season. And where are they in the Premier League table? So it's nice to be competitive. It's nice to get a clean sheet. Nice to get 3 points. Lovely to see Kai Havertz continuing his form. Big up Trossard. 12 league goals is amazing for someone that hasn't got too many starts in comparison to Saka and Martinelli. Obviously, William Saliba's a Rolls Royce. And anytime we rock up at a difficult ground away from home for Arsenal Football Club, he stands up to be counted. I did like, you know, I wouldn't say it's enjoyable, but I do like the fact that, you know, we can, like I said, they gave us mistakes. We made them pay for it. We were spot on defensively. We're going long and we're trying to compete for the first and seconds. Now, on another day, I did think our passing was quite off. We're losing the ball and inviting pressure in dumb areas. Obviously, like in the second half, would have loved to have worked on Nana a lot more. Would have loved to have scored a lot more. Would have loved to have battered Manchester United. So naturally, there's so many things we could do better. But that's a hallmark of what we've been this season. And that I can't say we didn't play well, because we played so ugly. It was beautiful. You know, it's like people want Arsenal to get plaudits, and I've always said I don't care about whether people like us or not. People want us to be the prime Barcelona side or prime Wenger ball side every week. It doesn't happen. I'm sure if you go through Real Madrid, who have won the league title, they ain't been amazing in every La Liga game. City ain't been amazing by their own standards whenever they've won the league, even though they've blitzed teams. It's just about being ugly and having that level of commitment and performance and that guile and will to win. And I think we've displayed that once again. So there's no issues from me. Statistically, Saliba deserved man of the match. 6 clearances, 4 tackles, 99 touches, won all 7 of his duels. And between Saliba and Gabriel, they've come across some quality players this season, and they've done well. They've done well against almost any top striker. Even when Harry Kane bagged against Bayern Munich, for Bayern Munich against us in the Champions League, it was a penalty, really and truly. So nice to see we can shut up shop against some very good attackers, limit Manchester United, not allow teams to kind of end our Premier League trophy hunt, where Chelsea, Spurs, and United are concerned. If we lose it, we lose it. We look back to the Villa game and all the others. So yeah, man, big up Saliba. Shout out to Leandro Trossardinho. You know, he's more than a super sub. He is a super sub for us, but it's disrespectful for that, man. I mean, the man had 25 touches, people. Won 3 of his duels, 1 possession 3 times, obviously scored, had 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 chance created, 1 shot, 1 goal, and 12 league goals. None of Leandro Trossard's 20 Premier League goals since the start of last season, in brackets 13 with Arsenal and 7 with Brighton, have been from the penalty spot either, people. Only Phil Foden with 28, and ironically, Gabriel Martinelli, who's struggling on that front with 21, have more goals in the competition during that time without taking a penalty. We've kept a clean sheet in 7 of our last 8 Premier League away games, people. So I'm a happy lad, man. I am a happy lad. And obviously, I forgot to say, you know, whether it's Manchester United being poor or us settling to just, you know, remain in a low block, it took them 60 minutes to have a shot on target, which was a long-range effort from Casemiro, people. Benjamin White had 3 times as many touches in the opposition box in the first half than Højlund had in that period as well, people. Also, as I said, it obviously confirms that we're unbeaten versus the big 6 in the Premier League this season. 10 games, 6 wins, 4 draws, and 0 defeats. In the first half, we had 5 shots and 2 on target. They had 8 shots and none on target. And when you look at their final third entries in the first 20-odd minutes of the game, that tells you it. You know, whatever you say, football is about shutting up shop. You need to keep the ball out the back of your net. You need to put the ball in the back of your opponents. And that's the ugly truth. That's what we've done. All the other talking points, if we played well, if we didn't play well, as an Arsenal fan, I'm happy that I don't give a flying monkeys about that. We got 3 points, people. Come the end of the game, we had 11 shots, 5 on target. They had 14 shots, 2 on target. We had 45% of the ball. They had 55% of the ball. We had 7 corners and and they had 4 people. But all that matters is getting 3 points, and we did that. Now we move on to Everton, and hopefully, you know, there can be some romance in us claiming the Premier League title during the Emirates era at home versus Everton, which ironically is a Mikel Arteta former club. I don't think City are dropping points. I hope to be wrong. I hope I've jinxed them people. But for now, I'm a happy man. Smash the like button, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Peace out, folks.